I'm Sharifah Ariana and this is Dr. Azura Abbas.
Hello.
And today we are talking about Mums Unplugged, Two Worlds, One Love. This episode is brought to you by motherhood.com.my. Okay, so let's get into it.
Okay.
Today we are talking about Two Worlds, One Love, stay-at-home mom versus working mom. So obviously you are a doctor, so you are a working mom. What
Yes.
do you think about?
Okay, I love being a working mom. Sorry. Okay, I've been in all the shoes. Okay, working mom, stay-at-home mom, working mom, and studying. Everything under the sun. But I still love being a working mom. But there's a but. But I love it like the whole week. Half of it is working, half of it is stay at home. It's like a combination. Not all working, but not all stay at home mom cannot.
Betul. I
Pening.
pun pernah try the stay-at-home mom thing. I'm a working mom too. I do my own business and I do a bunch of different things lah. I did try the stay-at-home mom thing and I really, really respect stay-at-home moms. I
The
know
pressure is so different. Kan?
Yes, it's lain. Like the stress level of being a stay-at-home mom and the stress level of a working mom lain gila.
I believe if you are the helper pun, you stay at home mom, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
The kids will
Yeah.
hog on you. Like
So that's
very
why,
much.
like when you have a helper, the helper is doing all the other stuff
Yes.
because you still need to do the mothering,
Yes,
you know. So
yes.
that's why macam even because I know a few stay-at-home moms. I have so many mom friends, and some of them are stay-at-home moms. And like every time they post on Instagram or whatever they update, I tengok pun I'm like, my gosh, you have no
That's
break.
why,
You know,
that's
like
why.
we go to work and that is our break
Yes.
from mothering.
Yes.
They don't have a break. So I macam, how do you not go crazy? You know,
Betul. I setuju.
kan like okay.
I have my me time all the time. Sorry.
What do you do for your me time?
Okay, usually, I have me time alone and me time like with husband me time.
Oh.
So me time alone, I usually do my exercise. I go to the gym. I do Pilates as well. So this is like me time. Anyone cannot catch one.
Betul. Do you like turn off your phone?
I know. That's considered me time as well.
Okay.
Tapi I have me time with my husband as well, where we go like the usual couple stuff, like
Yeah.
shopping
Yeah.
and watch movie, all the lovey-dovey stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really need that. Okay?
I think I agree because even because my husband and I were first time parents and we only been parents for a year, so we still are trying to. You were still struggling.
Yeah.
We're still trying to make time, like consciously make time for us for like pergi tengok movie ke or just drive around in the car without my son, and like it's a bit hard sebab kita first time parents and like
Yes.
we miss our kid. Like I don't know, but do you?
Oh my
like,
god, yes.
Okay.
I remember when I have only one kid, I akan rasa guilty.
Yeah.
Whenever you pergi out kan, you pergi dating, lepas tu macam bersalahnya anak tak ikut, nanti kita je enjoy, dia tak enjoy,
Yeah.
all that stuff. But eventually you grow out of it lah.
Okay, after
Having three, you grow out of it.
Faham?
Kan.
Because like I'm in that case now lah, yang macam kita pergi movie hari tu and we were supposed to like sambung lah, go somewhere else after the
lepas
movie
tu
and like
enough
lepak-lepak.
lah, jomlah balik.
Lepas the movie both of us macam tengok budak-budak lain, kita macam okay lah, balik lah, jom.
And both of you guys agree.
Yeah, my husband didn't like macam tak apalah, we can walk around. No, my husband was just like,
okay.
betul-betul, we should go home. Yeah. It's also guilty because like for us we don't have helper, so my mom tolong jagakan or my family
like
tolong
another set of
jagakan.
guilt.
Yeah, so tu pun macam aduh, like it's another set of guilt.
Yeah, I understand.
When you had your first, was it the same? Like, do you have helper terus ke?
Okay, the first one I had helper. The second one I don't. The third one I ada dua helper.
Amboi.
So the whole journey I dah rasa. Two kids without helper pun I dah rasa.
Oh, how was that?
It's no life. Sebab malam, especially at night, if you don't have any helper, you can't send the kids to nursery, right? So you can't go out at night. So it's always need to be arranged during the day, and during the day sometimes you work, right?
Yeah.
So you have to take leave,
Wow.
So quite sad, but now I got two, so I'm out again.
Faham. Can't relate, but inshallah one day.
One day, you should.
One day. So, okay, we were talking about me time. What was, like, you go and work out and whatnot. What kind of workouts do you do?
Okay, so I go to the gym for conventional weight train.
Ooh.
Okay, so I lift weights, and I found the love of Pilates during my third pregnancy. It actually helps a lot by repairing your core, strengthening your core. It helps with childbirth. helps repairing the inside after birth. So it's good. It's a newfound love, but yeah, you should try.
I actually have gone to Pilates, but
Okay.
I went to a specific postnatal
Yeah,
Pilates. Oh my. I was someone who used to do like Muay Thai and F45.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
All
this,
the endurance stuff?
Yeah, but then Pilates was definitely a whole different
Yeah,
thing.
it's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
People always say like, it's a minor thing. I mean,
Yeah.
is it even a workout?
It is, trust
it
me.
is.
Yeah, but yeah, that is very important thing is
Yeah, it
always
helps with your
finding
mind as well,
and finding me time lah. The most important thing is whatever you do, me time as a mom for your mental health. Always look for something, even if it's working out. For me, it's like getting a massage, getting my hair done. You know, at least finding that lah. Yeah. And today we are talking about Mama's Milk Diaries, shared stories of breastfeeding. This episode is brought to you by motherhood.com.my and supported by Brand's Essence of Chicken. Exclusively for this episode, stay tuned to the end because we might have something a little extra to share with you guys. Okay, so this topic is very close to my heart because I'm a first-time mom, so it's my first time breastfeeding, okay? And I feel like breastfeeding is a full-time job.
Yes.
What do you think?
Okay, after having 3 kids, I totally agree. I don't know how people can do it like 2 years or more.
Oh,
Okay, you've known.
yeah,
For 1 year pun you dah.
I'm struggling.
It's taking all the tolls of your energy and your whatever, your time and effort a lot. Okay. So, I actually don't direct breastfeed my kid now. Okay, the problem is the kid doesn't latch very well. Okay, initially I did, but after like struggling for some time, I've met multiple lactation consultants and the latching issue is too much. I mean, I've tried everything. I tried different position. I tried different techniques. I've tried everything under the sun, like products, couple, everything I've tried. But it's too much already lah. Macam, you know the struggle, right? If you try to latch and the baby is not latching that much,
Mesti
eventually you stress.
Yeah.
The baby is stressed, you stress as well sebab you tak berjaya nak feed. I mean, you rasa failure, you rasa macam kesian.
Oh, yeah.
And then I resorted finally like, this is not for me. Not for everyone. This is for me, my experience. So I actually pump and feed my child. Occasionally, I top up with formula milk.
Actually, I struggled too, especially the first few months. And I kind of let it go like very bad before I finally went to a lactation consultant. Alhamdulillah, after...
So you struggled alone for some time.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally
I went to a lactation consultant. I macam, okay, I need the help. Like sebelum ni, I was like, I'll try and figure it out. But I finally admitted I needed help. And I went to the lactation consultant and she really, really helped a lot. So Alhamdulillah. But I still do mix formula and breastfeed. So yeah, now I dah 1 year breastfeeding, Alhamdulillah. But I think the biggest problem is my supply. So Alhamdulillah, you know, like it's okay. But if I had known that Brand's Essence of Chicken, if I knew that they help with milk supply, I would have definitely tried it much, much earlier. So, with that said, I want to try it today because I'm still... Oh, did you hear that? That was so satisfying.
So ASMR now.
ASMR. So I'm still breastfeeding. So now that I know that it helps with milk production.
I agree. You have to have a good nutrition. You have to be like stress free to make everything work. It's like a formula, tau. It's not just one thing. And everyone can breastfeed. No.
Ooh, so
And
good.
some people have more problems. Some people more challenges.
Yeah.
You know, just make sure that your mental health is okay. You get enough rest. Good nutrition is key. Okay, it makes the breast milk composition better, healthier. It's good for everyone to have extra water as well, good hydration, and good nutrition,
It's true.
and good pumping or feeding schedule.
Betul. Agreed.
Can
Okay, so we already talked about the struggles, but another struggle that I feel like we mothers don't talk about as much is the loneliness. The loneliness of breastfeeding. Sebab I feel like only a mom who does breastfeeding or like a mother who breastfeeds knows how another mom who breastfeeds feel. What do you think?
Yes, I think it's lonely from a lot of views. Okay, lonely as in you're feeding at odd hours. Okay, for me, because I don't direct breastfeed, I still feel lonely when I pump,
Yeah.
in a way. But I feel lonely as in the acceptance of masyarakat, especially when you're not like conventionally breastfeed. The loneliness is like you're in this world alone that people don't understand. Like they always judge. If they ask me, macam, why don't you direct feed your kid? Or why are you pumping and giving? Sayang. Sorry. You want to keep the breast shape ke, all those nasty comments. But it's not that we don't want. I know it's easier to direct breastfeed. Yelah, you don't have to like wash your pump, wash the bottle, whatnot. It's easy. Just
Exactly.
give the baby.
Do you like
Kan?
people like that kind always makes me feel like, do you think we would specifically choose a harder
Yes, that's why.
thing to do if we cared? You know what I mean?
And the audacity to like say in your face, why?
Yeah.
Why you so lazy?
Yeah.
There's people like that.
Ada.
Why don't you? With some nasty gestures.
Oh gosh.
There
Those are the
is.
kind of people yang
Yeah.
kalau I would just like
Can. I
completely
mean, why do you
block
ask
out.
in the first place? I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to the mother lah. I don't judge. I mean, up to you how you feed your kid, can? I mean, kenapa kena tanya? Oh, do you like direct breastfeed? Or like, why
Yeah.
don't you,
And like
The
why is
nasty
it
comments.
why is it like I don't know why they would think it's a good idea to go and ask about these things
Yeah.
because like I would never imagine myself going up to her and
And
asking her
suddenly ask you like,
Huh.
how do you feed your baby? Like, what?
kan? Or like how do you brush your teeth or why do you mandi
Yeah.
twice a day? Like that's like some like random things yang macam
Yes.
sebenarnya it
Macam
doesn't
it doesn't
matter.
make any difference
Yeah, it
to
doesn't
you.
matter. At the end of the day, if our kid is healthy, if our kid is being taken care of, that is the things that you are supposed to focus on, not
Agree.
about like who is breastfed lah ni lah tu
And
lah.
straight away judge you. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, like you don't have the time to explain that why.
Yeah.
Oh, because I did this, I did that.
Yeah.
I cannot this, I cannot that. It's too much. I mean, you meeting a stranger. Oh, cik emotional.
Yeah, and I also feel like you shouldn't have to justify it.
Yes,
Suka hati kau lah anak kau.
kan?
Tiba-tiba
Tiba-tiba lah judge korang.
Kan?
Macam, oh malasnya. Macam, what?
Okay, so just now we already talked about how lonely it was. How, for me lah, contoh, I have a group of moms. It's like a mom community. And because of them, I feel less lonelier. They are they are not judgmental at all. And I feel like I dapat support from them. And it's a whole community. So for you, how did you manage the loneliness?
Alright, that's a good thing. Joining clubs. Kenapa I tak join?
Hey, please, I'll send you the link. Girl.
Okay, I will after this. So I usually do. I will share. I don't know. Korang yang tak follow I can follow I. Okay, I do share my experience in my Instagram, like stories, reels. Okay, I actually receive feedbacks from them that they have similar experiences. So it actually gives me like a sense of rasa relief, a sense of feel like I'm okay, I'm not lonely. People experience it too. They just don't talk about it openly, Another way is I always cakap dengan my husband. Okay? My husband is my best friend. He's everything to me. My best friend, my partner in crime, my
Good
my
job,
orang
doctor.
kena marah.
Good job, Dr. Seh. Yeah.
Okay, he actually does give really good advices. So bila you ada problem and whenever you talk to him, he will always say, ni breastfeeding related macam the baby is yours,
Yes.
the body is yours, so it's your decision. Okay, you judge what's best for you, for your mental health and for the baby's health as well lah. Okay, so it doesn't matter actually. If you feel like very stressed, milk pun tak ada, I mean poor milk content, and then the baby didn't feed well, he didn't gain weight. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. Might as well you have good mental state. Even if you decide not to breastfeed, then you feed the baby formula, you have good mental health, the family is happy, everyone is happy. So what's wrong with it? Okay?
See, we all have to listen to that advice. Every single one of us out there have to listen to that. If the baby is the mom's, then the mom would know best, inshallah. Yes.
We always need to do things that is good for us and for baby.
Yes.
Okay? Orang lain
Agreed.
can zip it.
Yes. Yes. We already covered the topic of like, you already touched a bit on how your husband is a very good supporter.
Yes.
And especially because breastfeeding is such a lonely journey. So how would you ask other people who is not your husband, how do other people help in this very lonely journey? What do you think?
I think that feeding the baby could just be everybody's responsibility other than yours, kan? Sebab kita already like feed the baby most of the time. Whenever we feel like we need a break or you need to go somewhere, you feel free to ask other people for help.
Yeah.
It could be your husband, could be your family. I mean, they'll glad to. It's not just don't leave the baby to them every day lah.
Yeah.
But occasionally they will understand that you need a break and you need to be away from the baby.
Yeah.
Even though you love the baby, okay, don't judge that people who leave their babies few hours a day. You know, it's important for their mental health.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you need support, just I would preferably say that family first.
Yeah.
Okay? You can leave the baby with your family members.
Yeah.
Ask them to feed either your milk that you stored or formula milk. Doesn't matter, okay?
I think that is the important take here is ask for help.
Yes.
So people cannot be your ally. People cannot help you if you tak minta tolong.
Yeah, they wouldn't know
Yeah.
whether you need a break ke tak, kan?
And mums
Sometimes dia tak sedar.
macam susah nak minta tolong because there's
a lot of judgments.
Yeah, there's a weird stigma that like, oh, kau mak dia, kau je yang kena jaga dia, which is no, that's not the
That's
case.
like if you want a break, macam nak pergi enjoy, you know, tak sayang baby.
Yeah, you're supposed to love your baby. You're not supposed to want a break
how
from your
could you
baby.
leave your baby?
Yeah, which is not the
Not
case.
true.
Everyone, mothers,
play a role, okay?
mothers need time for themselves because at the end of the day, they are an individual. They are still a human being. They're not just a baby making machine. So I feel like the people around, if you know a new mother or if you know a breastfeeding mother, benda macam tolong basuhkan pump parts ke,
I would do
kan?
that.
Exactly. You know, like tolong basuhkan the pumps or like tolong feed the baby, minta permission dulu, jangan suka hati kau je. Tiba-tiba suap anak orang. But like, you know, ask like, oh, can I help, or do you want me to make a bottle for the baby, you know, tolong suapkan baby, you know, things like that, you know, with mother's permission. But yeah,
it really does help. If you tak perasan and you tak offer lah contohnya kan.
Yeah.
Tapi if they ask you for help, you should.
Yes, take it. Just
you should
take the
take
help.
it.
Yeah.
So every day kan. I
Yeah.
mean, it's fun. Jaga baby sekejap.
Yeah.
Kan?
Yeah.
Sekejap je lah. Lepas tu bagi balik. Nak take your baby.
Yeah, okay, so after all that struggle, I finally came to a decision yang macam I was going to do exactly what I wanted to do. So I chose to direct when I was with him, but I also pump, not as much anymore, and I also formula. So I took the lead and I made that decision, and my husband was very supportive juga, and he was just like, okay, if that's what you want, we're gonna do it.
Yes.
What about you?
Can. My husband is totally supportive of whatever I decide. So now I pump. I didn't direct breastfeed because of the struggle that I have. It takes a toll on my mental health. Okay, so I pump most of the time, I guess, and supplements with formula as well whenever the milk supply is low or my husband takes care of the baby because he's too lazy to like defrost the milk.
Yeah.
He's too lazy to defrost the milk and put in a bottle and then feed the baby. It's just like,
yeah. I believe that your baby comes first. So no matter what, don't care about what other people say.
Yep.
As long as you know that your baby is good, you know you check up and your baby is fine and is doing
gaining
well,
weight,
is gaining weight,
doesn't have
is
any allergies,
tak
peeing and
lemah,
pooping well.
yeah, tak lemah and all that, then you should be proud of yourself. Breastfeeding is a beautiful miracle, and I don't think that it should be made into something to stress about.
Yes.
Okay.
It takes away the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It has to be like natural and it's a good experience. If you can do it,
Do it.
good. Yeah. But if you don't stress yourself
Yeah.
out.
And also now, alhamdulillah, we've got all kinds of technology, so you can even pump if you want. And today we are talking about exceptional love, stories of special needs parenting. This episode is brought to you by motherhood.com.my. Okay, so this episode we are talking about caring for special needs children. I love talking about this because I feel like we need to talk about this more. I personally, I don't have a special needs child, or at least I don't think so yet because he's still very young, so I'm not sure. But still, but I have a lot of family members who have had to deal with this, and I'm quite well known in this realm, but not personally. So you personally have gone through it. Let's talk about it because I have so many questions. Like just now, also before we started recording, I was like, oh, what about this? What about that? So what is the
What's
biggest
my
thing that you learned?
Right. Okay, the thing is, it's very challenging. I believe everyone who had special needs child would understand that as well. Okay, it's challenging as in you have to realize The challenge is like from the start, from the first diagnosis, from bringing up the child, from making everyone in the family know and accept.
Actually, Ace, I'm just gonna, this is
Okay.
unscripted. So actually, Ace, dia punya, when was he diagnosed?
Okay, he's diagnosed officially at 2 years and 6 months old, but we actually noticed a lot earlier than that he's not as typical as other child. So we actually started his therapy like quite early on, like 18 months old.
Wow.
Until now, we're still ongoing therapy, but it's a challenge lah. The challenge that we face initially from whenever we diagnose him in the first place is different, because at that time we're accepting it. Okay, the family members accepting it. Some are still in denial. Whenever he's like grow older, like now he's 5.
Wow.
The challenges are like, how is he going to school? Who's going to help him? How is he going to be independent? I mean, the challenges are different. Initially from the denial part, and after accepting it, like how to help him go through. So either way, I believe in the future, he will have his challenges as well, like going through puberty,
Oh no.
Adulthood and all. It's a ongoing challenge. Okay, but
Yeah.
you have to do what you have to do. I mean, they're our kids, so we have to accept them either way. It's just, it's a more challenging thing for us as a parents rather than I would say typical kids parents. Either way, both are hard, right?
I mean, yes.
Being a parent is already hard,
Yeah, I mean, being a parent is hard, but that's like an added layer,
Yes,
which
like extra hard.
which is why I respect you, like gila-gila. I respect you and your
I
husband.
mean, you don't think you can do it until
You have
like,
to.
You have to.
Yeah. I feel like everyone, good parents and parents who are like doing their best, when you need to, you can. But it is hard lah, and I want you to know, and I want you to acknowledge and know that it is hard. So but you guys are doing so amazing.
Thank you.
And I feel like
So
it's so
sweet.
inspiring, and I love that you guys talk about it and share about all this, macam where to go, when to send, how to diagnose.
I mean, some people feel that it's shameful that they don't want to share. I mean, they malu, that they have like their special kid. But why do you? Like, if you share, people who do have a similar situation, they can relate, they can learn from it. I mean, it helps a lot of people. I receive like so many stories or comments that they say that they learn a lot of things from Ace, and they actually got diagnosed after like watching Ace. Just from like following a person like in Instagram, that they eventually have their child. Okay?
And that's why I think it's so powerful.
It's the power of social media.
Yeah, that's one is the social media, but also the fact that you and your husband, that are sharing this, and you don't feel like it's shameful. That is so inspiring, and I feel like Alhamdulillah, you guys are here to help so many people.
So
You have no idea how many people you are
But
helping.
in a weekend, if you have this like special child, it teaches you a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it teaches you patience that you never know that you have.
Yeah.
Patience is key. I mean, it teaches you to be a better person overall, right? You understand people. I mean, you have more empathy. I would say if I don't have a special needs kid, probably I will still like being judgmental, like, tengok tak reti jaga anak. Some kids are like very hyperactive. It's in the spectrum. They're like very hyperactive. They don't know how to communicate, so they will like throw tantrums. They will not respond to when you say no. I mean, they don't understand what we say. So how do we control these kids? Sometimes you can't judge. Like it's from bad parenting. It's not. It's just different for the kids.
At the end of the day, if you yourself are a parent with special needs kid or not, don't judge.
Yeah.
Because you never know what another person is going through.
Yeah. I've learned not to judge. Can.
And today we are talking about Conceive and Courage, Journeys Through Infertility. This episode is brought to you by motherhood.com.my. Okay, so this topic pula is a very taboo topic, I would say.
Very sensitive one.
Very sensitive. So if this is like a warning, disclaimer, jangan pergi tanya orang benda-benda ni. Okay, this is a podcast and this is a safe space. So this is why we can talk about this topic. But we are today talking about trying to conceive and miscarriages. So Alhamdulillah, my trying to conceive journey, it was not much of a journey. Dia macam The first time
dah.
kita try dah macam okay dah, ni macam kegarisan sedia done. Macam tu. Which is alhamdulillah, and that is my rezeki.
That's good. Yeah.
But I'm very well aware, and banyak orang DM I cakap like they've been trying 5 years, they've been trying 8 years and still tak dapat, you know, and like a few have said about miscarriages, and you have so graciously and so bravely talked about yours before.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we want to talk about it.
All right. So we talk about the trying to conceive first.
Yes.
Okay. So I've been trying to conceive my first kid for 4.5 years. That's quite a long time. Okay. Initially it was like planned. We're busy, budding career. 2 years tak nak ada anak lah. Okay, fine. And then after 2 years, and then we decided, okay, I think it's time. But it's not as easy as Yana lah.
It's not.
Some people had it easy.
I'm
okay?
aware. I'm aware it's not as easy as mine.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
So I've tried for another 2 years, and finally, after so many like blood tests, like sperm count tests, like ultrasounds, like some X-rays, everything. Finally, yeah, we did able to conceive. Luckily before IVF. Kalau tak, I dah bankrupt.
Oh yeah, I was just about to ask you if you tried IVF.
Yes, tak.
Okay.
Not to that extent lah. Luckily, jimat duit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because it's super expensive.
So
I know the struggle
expensive.
of people who had
Yeah.
need to go through until IVF, and they did multiple rounds of IVF.
Yeah,
I mean,
and like
the
because not
struggle.
only the IVF itself, tapi the things that you have to inject in yourself,
Yes,
like
the
all
mental thing, the physical thing,
yeah.
the waiting game. Some people had it easy, some people don't. I mean, that's rezeki lah, I would say. Kan?
That's why I thought that I would have time to try, which I was completely wrong lah. We literally went for the first time. We were like,
takkanlah
try
jadi lah, like one
yeah, sure,
time.
it's gonna take a while. Well, but
it's
yeah, that's my
rezeki
rezeki
lah,
lah. And like, so okay, you had Ace after 4 years of marriage, and then
I conceived another baby, but it turns out to be a miscarriage, and it doesn't go well after 12 weeks. Suddenly, we didn't find a heartbeat, so I have to undergo a procedure where we had to remove the baby, and when we did that, the baby was still intact. I mean, you can
God.
still see the human, halfly shaped human. I mean, it's sad at that time lah. I would say, like, very heartbreaking. I feel like it's a taboo. I don't tell anyone, suffer in silence. You feel it's okay, but it's not. Macam, partially, that first trimester miscarriages are mostly like genetic, but in a way that you still blame yourself. Okay, I think that's the most like non-existent people talk about it because they feel like it's their fault. I
yeah.
think it's like that lah. The taboo comes from they feel like it's their fault. I mean, orang tua-tua usually say that you jalan too fast lah, you
Tak
eat this
jaga
kind of
lah,
stuff,
yeah.
tak jaga makan. All
But
the nasty stuff. Usually it's genetic lah.
But as a doctor, what is like the actual reason? It could be
Actual reason?
anything.
It could be anything, but statistically, it's mostly genetics. Like the baby is not formed normally in the first place. So, like in a way, God's way of telling that if you continue this pregnancy, the baby would not turn out well, or it will have problem either way, or it couldn't survive even if it's born. So, God make it like it miscarried, so you don't have to suffer in a later day lah. Something like that, I would say. Okay. I've gone through another 2 miscarriages after that.
Oh my gosh.
But that one was very early, so it's not too, I think, emotional lah. The first one was very heartbreaking sikit lah. But after a few times, I think I'm okay with it already lah.
What actually, because you have talked about it, that's how I know about it. I follow her. Okay, but like, what made you kind of like, okay lah, I'm going to talk about it? Because you said that it was like, at first you tak nak, you suffered in silence. But what made you finally go like, I'm going to talk about it?
You know that people don't talk about it. So whenever you experience it yourself, you feel like, oh, stressnya. I mean, you need someone to know. I mean, I've learned, even though I'm a doctor, I learned the emotional part by going through it. If you're a doctor, you went through all this, like cesarean lah, miscarriage lah, whatever, like people dying, you're like, okay, theoretically you know, but
Okay.
theoretically you know, but it doesn't hit you emotionally at all. Okay, so you're not emotional. If your patient die, it's part and parcel of life. But eventually, if it's your family or you've gone through it personally yourself, it's different. So I feel like talking about it would help a lot of other people that could benefit from the emotional part and the support and what you need to do. Sometimes it's just people ask you, oh, kena pantang ke after after the miscarriage macam ni, or
I didn't know actually.
or you can how fast can you conceive? I mean the theory behind it, kan?
Yeah.
So it's not just emotional, it's technical as well.
Yeah.
From a doctor's point of view, but
I feel like I learned a lot from you because of that.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I
So
did
you should
not
follow
know.
me.
Yeah, please follow.
Please follow
Dr.
me.
Azura Abbas on Instagram, TikTok, I don't know. Yeah, but all platforms.
Yes.
But yeah, I did not know you had to pantang.
So just by sharing, right?
it's
You
so-
actually make people understand more and learn things, and being open about it, talk about some things.
yeah.
It really does help talking to people about it.
And
right?
thank you for talking to people, and thank you for
Okay,
educating
thank you.
us. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Until next time, thank you again, Dr. Azura.
You're welcome.
Don't forget to listen to our next episode of Mum Unscripted. Catch us on our TikTok page at motherhood.com.my. Remember to download Motherhood, the parenting super app on the App Store or Google Play. This way you can listen to the podcast. I'll see you guys.